for Mawson.
Thank you very much, Mr Speaker. Now, last week, many people in the seat of Mawson received a rude awakening from the Liberal Party of South Australia. 6:15 in the morning, these calls started, with the person on the other end asking how they thought South Australia was going. Well, most people down in Aldinga and other parts of the electorate of Mawson think South Australia, in particular their local area, isn't going that well. But to be woken by the party that has done so much damage to Aldinga and McLaren Vale and Kangaroo Island and the rest of the western side of the Fleurieu Peninsula was particularly insulting. And in this survey they asked a question about how I was going, and I was quite pleased that a lot of the feedback I had in my office was that I was doing a good job standing up for the local area, but they were far from impressed with what the Marshall Liberal government is doing to them in the local area. And it also caused some confusion because some people thought that I had something to do with these calls that woke people up last Wednesday morning, and then just to prove that they were completely hopeless at running something, they allowed it to happen the next day. As some people said, these clowns couldn't run a circus. But the people of Aldinga are particularly upset with the Marshall government because they've been hit hard in so many different areas. There was $2 million in the mid-year budget of 2017-2018. $2 million for the local Aldinga Soccer Club to build pitches there and put up lights. When the Marshall government came into power, they ripped that money out of the budget. Now, that's an absolute disgrace to take that away from a sporting club that needs that development now, but also for the precinct, the sporting precinct in Aldinga, we also need this because the government at the same time is proposing to put an extra 900 to 1,000 houses all around where the existing sporting complex is. They're also going to put a school, which we announced in our budget of 2017, but they will have carriage of making sure that it works, and people are worried about this. It's a school for about 1,650 students that will be right next door to where the sporting complex is. Now, it goes without saying that when you're building an extra 1,000 houses out the back to one of the fastest growing communities in the state, and you're building a school for 1,650 people right next door to the sporting complex, that they're going to need some help. So we've been working together with the sporting clubs this year, and we teed up a meeting with the government. We had the Mayor, Erin Thompson, turned up. We had the CEO of the council, Onkaparinga Council. We had many of the senior managers of the City of Onkaparinga turn up for this meeting. We're all sitting around, 8 sporting clubs: footy, netball, croquet, lawn bowls, equestrian, dressage. We had the soccer club there, and bowls club and croquet club. We're all sitting around the table. The government didn't come to the table. Now, that's pretty disrespectful for a group of volunteers who give up their time to come during the day to a meeting. Now, they're involved in these clubs because they love the sport that they started out, whether that was hockey or netball or whatever sport it was. They joined up to do it. They give their time every weekend. They give their time during the week for training, and they gave their time to come to a meeting. And the government, who'd ripped $2 million out of the one of the sports down there, which would have been, I guess, an anchor development for further development in that precinct, didn't even bother to turn up. But this is the same government that almost 18 months after the election still haven't given the Aldinga people an electorate office for their local MP to be in. Now, I don't think there's any MPs on either side of this House who would think that that's acceptable, that 18 months after an election, when the Aldinga Shopping Centre has at least 4 free offices in it, that we have a leader here, a Premier Marshal, who can't oversee a government that can find an electorate office so that people can come in and get their JP form signed, that they can come in and get advice on things, they can come in and just have a chat with their local MP. We've also got a development, which is the duplication of Main South Road, that we announced in our 2017 budget, and this government is doing a go-slow on. They still haven't been out to consult with the people of Aldinga to ask them what they want. We're really scared, and I want to thank the South Road Action Group for all the work they've done, but we're really scared they're going to ignore the local pleas for underpasses and overpasses, which we were looking to have as part of that project. So the people of Aldinga deserve better from the Marshall Government, and we hope to see a better performance over the next couple of years.